Okay, great.
Blog Talk Radio.
Charicemania is happy to bring you Fan Talk, an online radio talk show created for Charice fans by the fans. Listen live, chat with other fans, or ask questions. You can jump right in and be part of the Charice Talk Show right here every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Hello again, Chasters. This is Drake, and coming to you live again from Fan Talk. And Eve is here with us as well. Hello, Eve.
Hello. Good evening, Chasters.
Good. Today is... Well, I'm doing good. How are you? You made it home in time, and it's always great to have you when we get kicked off.
Thank you.
It is Friday the 21st, and as always, welcome to Fan Talk. We've got an hour show lined up for you tonight, and as we mentioned in the chat room all week, we have Phil Bolsta that will be with us in just a few minutes. So I hope you've been able to, if you didn't know Phil or of Phil, hope you've been able to take a look at some of the links and the information on the Charicemania website. And something about the Charicemania website, they added a forum this week. So if you haven't seen it or haven't seen Noellen, I saw her put that in the chat room many times. But if you hadn't seen Noellen put it in there or don't know, look for the forum, the new forum on the Charicemania. So it's pretty cool. I was looking through it the other day. Wanted to go through a couple things. Definitely wanted to give a very special thank you to Mark Johnston, who was on our special show last Saturday. Hope you guys were able to download it, listen to it if you didn't come in live. We had just over 900 live listeners and about 3,200 downloads of the podcast. So it was looks like a tremendous response. At least the comments that I saw in the chat room looked really well. So it was great that you guys enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you did. Hopefully you'll enjoy these other ones. Don't forget to call in. Our phone number is 877-452-4199. And if you do catch us on the Blog Talk Radio site, there is a button on there, just to let you guys know, anybody especially that's not in U.S., Canada, the continental U.S., there's a button that says Click to Talk. And you have to have Skype loaded, so if you don't have Skype, download Skype. It's free. Set up an account and do it. But if you do that Click to Talk button, you'll be able to call in through that for free. You don't have to have any credits, which is pretty cool. One other thing is, well, there was two things, and then we're going to bring Phil in. We ran a little long, a couple minutes long with Mark last week, if you remember, Eve. And I know the people that are listening live, it cuts them off, but it does record it for the podcast. So if we do run long, 1 minute, 10 minutes, whatever it may be, once we're finished and you download the podcast, you can hear the whole show. The whole segment's there. So keep that in mind as well. Now, I'm going to mention this a little bit later, and you guys may know these names, you may not. There's 3 people that we're working on right now to... Eve, can you hear me?
To be our special guest next time?
Yeah, I just got a message. I just got a message in Yahoo. It looked like we may have gone dead for a minute. There's a few guests that we're lining up, just to let you guys know, and we'll go through a little more detail about this. Rap Salazar is one that we're getting lined up, and we are also working with Mark to get Liz Rosenberg and James Foster as well. So those are 3 people that we are going to have on the show. We just don't have a set date yet. So keep that in mind. We'll go into a little more detail later. Okay.
Congrats on that. That's exciting.
That is extremely exciting. If you guys don't know who those other people are, any one of the 3, let us know in the chat room later on or in the CM chat. We'll explain a bit. Let's go ahead and get Phil in. Phil is you're on the line. Hey, Phil.
Hi, Drake. Great to be here.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Eve.
Good, Eve.
So
you had a question.
Well, Phil, I want to welcome you to Fan Talk Radio. We're really excited to have you here, and I understand you're somewhat of a legend, actually, one of Charice's legendary fans, because you've written quite a bit about her. I went through your fan site, and for those of us who are pretty recent fans, I just discovered Charice late last summer. Maybe you can take a few minutes to just tell us about yourself. How did you discover Charice, and how did you get involved in, how did you start writing so extensively about her? There's a lot of information on your webpage. I would recommend all our listeners to look through it, especially your interview with False Voice. That's a good place to start because there's some excellent information in there, background on how Charice, on the videos that he uploaded for her and her journey. So you want to tell us about yourself and how you discovered her?
Absolutely. I discovered Charice back in December of 2008, and I stumbled upon her Star-King video while watching videos from America's Got Talent. I was just looking at talented kids and saw this one, and I was just transfixed by the way Charice sang with such passion and authenticity. I mean, while I was watching it, it felt like someone told her right before she went on stage that everything she had ever loved was at stake, and the only way she could save it all was to sing like no one had ever sung before, with more beauty and joy and power than any one person could possibly express. And she did it over and over again every single time. Every performance I watched, it was incredible.
Which performance was that in December 2008? Which one were you watching?
Star-King. I am telling you, I'm going. And on my blog, celebrateCharice.com, I list 8 reasons why that Star-King performance was so exceptional. Go into a lot of detail so people can read it. I won't take up the time to do it now, but man, I thought I was late to the party back then, but with her album finally being released, the party's just beginning.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
My intention was just to post a couple of Charice's videos on my blog, and that was it. But then I started getting